Okay, here we are. I think this is going to be our next victim. Uh, a Westinghouse H161. I believe it's from 1947, 48, somewhere around there, if memory serves, which it probably doesn't, but what the hell, give it a shot. We're going to take this apart and do a number on it, or two, and see how much grief this thing is going to bring me, which it doesn't look like it's going to be that bad, but you never know. Hang on, and I'll turn it around and give you a look at the back side of it. Alright, the chassis is not in too bad a shape. It looks like it's mostly dusty. There is no rust that I can see on it. A little tarnish here and there, but other than that, it's got an auxiliary RCA jack in the back. Here is the dial plate, glass, and the back colored trim for the unit. It looks like all the it looks like the whole mechanism is still intact. The speaker looks good from this angle. The cabinet sticker is pretty much intact. We may elect to put a new one on there, possibly. This side looks like it's still pretty good shape. It's not like the other side, which is separating the laminations. You can see some here and some there, where there's three sections of hardwood all glued together right there. Well, I think on this other side, it's separating here, and it's starting to separate. It looks like they used a couple of pieces in here, and there's some there. So I'm going to have to take this cabinet completely apart, base, top, sides, and front, in order to do a glue up on this thing and get it all back tight together again. Fortunately, they did use screws to hold most of this shit together, so it shouldn't be that difficult. I haven't had any difficulty yet breaking one of these cabinets down. They do come apart fairly easy. Some you have to coax a little bit, but they will come apart. I use a little bit of vinegar on the glue up areas, and the vinegar, after letting it soak in for about 30 minutes or so, it alleviates that horse gut, what I call a horse gut. Here is a couple of parts here. There's a bottom screw, and all the knobs. The knobs were pretty much laying in the box when I got the thing, so I put them all in here. We're going to take this out and take a look at it and see just what we've got as far as trouble. So stand by. Alrighty then, we'll get the chassis out. Still yet to pull the speaker on it, but I want to do that later. Won't need to take a look at it. It's missing a couple of mounting screws. One of them is in the pot there. This lamp clip is a match to this lamp clip, and those go into these areas on this one down there, and they house I believe it's a number 51 6.3 volt bulb in it. That's so that is so it won't melt the little tab that is on the front of this thing that's wrapped up in here. It's a little foil thingy with it has that has the frequency band designation on it. I believe this one down here at the bottom is a FM, and this one up here at the top is the AM lamp, switchable by the band switch there. And this other one here, most people just clip it onto the back right here and be done with it. Well, that's not where this one goes. It's not what it's designed for. It's designed to go, let's see if I can do this without getting in the way, this 90-degree bend right here. That thing goes right on there like that. Now this is supposed to have one of these lamps in it, which is about a 47 or 44 in here, and this here, I don't know if you can see it, slides right up in that pocket right there, and the edge of that thing is where the dial glass sits, and what that does is it lights up the end of that dial glass and makes it glow like it does. Most people don't know where this thing goes, and every radio that I have gotten like this, that lamp has been over here, down there, up here, over here. They just never realized that thing there that's what that does. That's the light for the dial glass, and this one here is the light for the backlight for the dial, which I always every one that I've done of these, I've taken this part off and moved it to this location and duplicated it with another handmade one over in this area to give two lights on the back of the dial, which gives it a much better look. So that's what happens with those. Fortunately for me, the substrate for the front panel is in good condition, and I won't have to remake that. It doesn't look well. This base right here might need to be relaminated with another thin panel sheet on here, because it's delaminating real bad. The chassis is just plain dirty. I mean, it just, as you can see, it's just, it has probably about a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch layer of dust all over it. All the tubes are still here, and I believe they are the correct ones, if they're still good. This here is a 6L6. This is a heavy-duty output tube. It'll do some cranking, especially with that 8-inch speaker. And let's see, what else is there here? First, second, and third IS with a discriminator for the FM. Let's turn it up and look at the bottom. It is original. It's untouched. Well, that's good. hopefully there's nothing burnt out in it, which I don't think there is. I think somebody just had a problem with the doggone thing with serious hum and decided to unplug it and put it on the shelf. And over time, I guess the the cord got frayed and broken, and it's it's like steel almost. Uh, Somebody kind of got, this is the only one that was holding on to the thing, and you can see it has issues. So we're going to put that in the box with the rest of the stuff that's boxed. And let's see what's on the bottom. Nothing there. This here is your, I believe it's the AM antenna, and the one in the top right there, what I call the bow tie, that's going to get remade, and I'm going to use some solid copper, number 10 solid copper wire, and bend it in the form of a bow tie and put it up in the bottom there, and it seems to work better with some new wire. This here is still salvageable. I haven't run across one yet that was bad or broken or brittle or whatever. I've always managed to salvage those. So Doggy is screaming at me that it's time to come in. So it's probably around 5:30 or something like that. And he's like my alarm clock. He's always bosses me around. So stay tuned. We're going to take and move everything in. That looks like it probably has an issue also. Sorry about not pointing at what I'm talking about from time to time. My arm gets a little uncoordinated with my mouth. So anyway, so we'll see you in the next segment.